Good afternoon, everybody. It's Ripley Sartain from Wisconsin Wonder Garden. Today we're going to be looking at some simple tips and tricks for propagating your own stacking Crassula at home. Stay tuned. Now this is an awesome plant, very great and extremely easy to propagate. Let's take a closer look and see what we have to do in order to make sure that this is a success. So the way I received this one is actually perfect for this project because if you notice, this top rosette broke off. So that might have happened to you and you're wondering, well, what can you do with this? Is this still okay? Will it still survive? The answer is absolutely yes. This thing can survive actually just like this. What we're gonna do is take this bottom piece here and we're gonna spin it off, break it off there. And what we're left with then is this top rosette and then these two leaflets here. So believe it or not, actually this can be planted just like this, and this can also be planted with a single set of leaves, no problem. It will take a little bit longer to grow, but it will certainly root and grow for you if it's put in the right conditions. So if you notice, the same thing happened to this one here. So what I'm gonna do is repeat the process. Just pick off that bottom piece here, so we're left with those two leaflets. And then the rosette on top, again, this will grow faster than two leaflets alone. So we're gonna take these here and propagate a couple of these out. I'm just gonna go about 3 sets in and then cut into it just like so. And then it can be planted right in the soil just like this. Roots will come out of the bottom here and develop, and you also might actually get a double rosette on top when this begins to form. So since I like the rosettes the most, I'm gonna take these two and plant this like that. Take this one, plant this one like that. Then I'm also going to take a few more cuttings from this, just like that, and just like that. This one will be planted into soil as well. This one right here, if you notice right there, that little spot, that's a root coming out of there. So that just shows how resilient these plants are, as they got tiny little roots trying to find some moisture there. And then if you notice, we got another little baby down at the bottom of the plant, so that's cute little guy in there. I think there might be a couple more. Yep, there's a couple more of them in there, but that's the most prominent one right there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that root in there before we carry on with the videos to show how resilient they really are. Alright, so back to our cuttings. I'm actually going to take that cutting right down below by that root because this one is growing so funky. Funky. It's all stuck in there like that. And then I'm gonna chop this one in half. So we got that there. This one right here is growing really weird as well. So I will chop that down below here. And then chop this one in half. If you notice, we got a couple of little roots coming out from there as well. So we'll chop this one right there. That down there, and this one's kind of funky, so I'm just gonna plant that as single leaf propagation right there, and then the rest here I'm going to transplant as is. So in all, now we have our 4 original plants that we purchased, and then we have 1 of the single leaves, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 single leaf propagations ready, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 multiple leaf propagations ready, and then we have the 4 original rosettes that are ready to propagate as well. So you see the power of propagation and exponential growth with planting. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. let's take these over to our succulent planter and get them transplanted. By the way, I know you guys notice how beautiful this sempervivum planter is, right? We have a video on that if you want to go look back in our video section. Alright, well, let's get to transplanting. Forget about this. Alright, so then to put these into your soil, what I have here is a 50% peat moss and 50% soil mixture. All we're going to do is make a little hole and just pop them right in the soil like so. Same thing with the rosettes. We're just going to make a tiny little hole in there and then pop it in and kind of push the soil back and around it. So we got a few rosettes that I'm going to put in this planter, and then a few of the single leafed propagations as well. So we'll get that in there, just push it in around it, keep it in place. And to illustrate, this is the single leaf propagation. All you're going to do is just pat it, push it right down into the soil. Nice and simple. Again, like I said, those single leaf propagations will take a lot longer than the rosettes or a cutting that has multiple leaves. But one thing before we go, we told you guys what the soil is made of. We showed you how to propagate them out and take your cuttings. The very next part, as you guys all know, is watering. What are you going to do to water these rosettes and the cuttings? So you want to leave them for the first 2 to 3 days without watering them. But after that point, you can then water them. My favorite watering technique is to mist every single day, and I have great results with that. So if you guys want to follow suit, definitely do that. Just mist once a day, give it a good misting. But the major point in this with these rosettes and the single leaf cuttings or any other cutting that you take from these stacking crassulas is that you don't want to water it right away. Otherwise you're going to cause what? You're going to cause the rot. So you will get water rot if that stem does not callus over properly. These can be sensitive to that. Some succulents do okay with that, but these crassulas, you definitely want to wait at least 2 to 3 days before you get watering. These are beautiful plants that fit right in with our awesome succulent planter. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I made this video in a way that described the process very easily to you guys. But as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to put them down below in the comment section. Subscribe for more gardening adventures. It's Ripley Sartain once again. Take care.